How is it going, YouTube? Malagant here. So I have been playing Path of Exile's latest league, the Ritual. If you saw my last video, or if you're like dropping by on stream, pretty much like all the time the last couple of weeks. So I started as like my Slayer right over here with like Slayer Cyclone is one of the characters that I used to play like back in the day. It's incredibly strong, don't get me wrong, but like what ended up happening is that like I came to a place where like we're in the red maps, which is like, you know, late game, and I'm at a place where I need to commit the big bucks. You know, I'm playing in the trade league, I'm playing in softcore. Small talk about that too. Like the reason that I'm playing in softcore is because like, you know, I sort of want to like get used to the game a little bit, especially the late game. I want to see like what is what a little bit when it comes to like, you know, the comfort zone, the builds, the boss fights, how to craft and stuff like that. So that like getting to these things, Path of Exile is a very long journey, and it can be very bursty as well. And getting to these things and learning these things would actually like take 100 more times in hardcore, 100 more time 100 more times time in hardcore. So that was also the reason. At the same time, I kind of wanted to play with like a couple of friends from the Twitch as well, so that like we trade together, we have a guild together, etc. Chat together on the stream as well. It's kind of fun, you know. We're trading, mapping sometimes together as well. It's kind of cool. But so back to the point. I came up to a place where like I need to like commit with my, you know, currency to like upgrade my gear, let's say, and I can sort of like show you. It's like a, you know, oh no, there's an upload going on to the YouTube and I'm kind of like lagging. I would much rather not show you, so please excuse me for not showing you gameplay this time. I'm just going to be like talking about the builds a little bit. So this guy is, you know, your bread and butter, like Cyclone, Whirlwind. If you're familiar from Grim Dawn, it's the EOR, Eye of Reckoning. And you know, I need to commit very heavily with my currency, but I have this question in my mind that I started dying a couple of times in like the red maps, that I'm thinking that the Slayer is not the best defenses. You know, I don't really have like block, I don't really have like dodge. Evasion and armor is still questionable with the gear that I have. I could definitely improve it. You know, I could get this and that, but perhaps like another ascendancy with like the same build. Perhaps like I should go for something like maybe like gladiator, or maybe like a champion still inside the duelist ascendancies. So I was thinking about this, but that also requires me to commit quite a bit as well. So I decided to like yesterday, actually like late evening, I decided to open a new character. And what I was saying on Twitch is that I'm gonna like level this up, because I do know that like he's insane when it comes to like defenses. I'm talking about the ED Trickster, actually, ED Contagion. Please don't hate me. It's incredibly fun to play. To be honest with you, it's very how to say, it's very satisfying to like see the entire screen pop and spread your curse all around the place. It's insane. The only downside of the character is sort of like a little bit of single target, where my Slayer's single target DPS was really high. So in the bosses, it's going to be a little bit harder, but at the same time, the guy, the Trickster, is incredibly more defensive. So I played this guy for like, you know, yesterday evening, I leveled it up a little bit, and then today I on stream, I continued playing it to like level 82, and I don't really have like a godlike gear or something, and I'm sort of like hybrid as well. What that means is that like I'm both life and energy shield, and I'm, in my opinion, so much more tankier than my Cyclone already. So that's it. I think I'm rerolling. So the Cyclone Dream is for now closed, and as I was saying, I'm not going to be committing with my currency to that character. Instead, I'm going to commit to this guy, and the journey is going to continue that way too. So if you would like to catch me on Twitch, feel free to drop, because in the next couple of days, or maybe even weeks, there's going to be more Path of Exile content, both probably on Twitch and YouTube as well, here and there. That said, like Grim Dawn content is not going anywhere at all. There's going to be like lots of, especially guides that are coming to YouTube. If you would like to see any sort of like specific guide when it comes to Grim Dawn, feel free to leave it or contact me on the description below as well, or in our Discord for sure. About, you know, especially the Twitch content a little bit, there's going to be a game that I'm looking forward to. I'm a massive fan of RPGs as well, and I don't really have any consoles. Neo 2 is coming to PC in February, so that's going to be a title that I'll be streaming as well. So that's sort of like what I'm hyped about in close range. I think later on, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but later on in February, there's going to be some sort of like a community season once again in Grim Dawn, and this time there's a um hardcore league, let's call it, as well. So I'm going to be participating in this as well. I don't necessarily know how much I'm going to like it. I don't necessarily know how much I'm going to be playing it, but I'll definitely be participating, and there'll be, you know, some like YouTube updates about it. There'll be full-time streaming about it as well. So like Grim Dawn, at the worst case scenario to the Twitch, is going to be pretty much back on late February. But you know, right about nowadays, I'm kind of middling about like Path of Exile. I really want to get really familiar with like the late game of this game, and this is the right way to do it. And to be perfectly honest with you, I have been very much enjoying enjoying playing the last couple of days. Definitely, like I'm like, you can definitely check for how much I've been streaming. I've been streaming for like 10 to 12 hours almost every single day. Which, you know, speaks for itself, for sure. Sorry for not being able to show you like any gameplay, but unfortunately, like on the background, in fact, there's another video that I just did as the Longcar set guide. The leveling set from Grim Dawn. That's the guide that's uploading right now as I speak. And if you look at the top right corner, like I have 400 ms in the game because of this reason. Like it's going to be impossible for me to show you gameplay once again. So dearest apologies for that. But I'm going to be showing you some gameplay the next time, I promise, okay? I'll be showing you this character a little bit stronger than he is right now. This is going to be like the ED trickster. So this was some sort of like an update coming from Path of Exile, and the streams are continuing every single day. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll be catching you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.